the dice. Opens my. Good day, Blitz Pit fans. Welcome to day 2. Welcome to session 2. Hope you all enjoyed yesterday. There was some fantastic action alongside me. As always, it's Dimmy. Nice to see you, Dimmy.
Nice to see you.
Fantastic. Oh no, I said it again. Let's move on and let's have a look at what games are coming up today because we've got some fantastic ones in store for you. So let's take a look. We've
Store,
got
that's a good word.
yeah, I know. As soon as I said that, I cringed. I was like, oh no, I'm sorry, store. It did unintentional pun. So we've got Dionysian versus Shawnee. Wow, what a matchup that is going to be, Dimmy.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think this is going to be like an amazing game, and it's like I don't want to say like master versus like like sensei versus like student and all that sort of thing. So I don't think it is quite that, but
Well, which
like
one is the sensei and which one is the student, Jimmy? Dimmy.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Like the thing is like because Shawnee's been established forever, hasn't he? Like, but he's always been very close to Dio. So like I know like in their Discord and stuff, like they're quite active and like they obviously
Close emotionally
discuss
or physically?
strategies and stuff like so like I think it's just because Dio is older that I assume he's the sensei like but I mean whatever happens it's like probably it's like it's going to be great, isn't it? It's going to be a great game. There's not going to be I think both of these guys won't be happy that they're playing against each other in the sense that like they probably think that they're both very strong, but they probably
Yeah,
have a high opinion of each other, I think so.
yeah, I agree. Like for their chances of winning the tournament, it does them no good. But like, A, they've got to play against each other at some point, right? If they want to win
Yeah,
it, and
yeah.
B, I think they'll be relishing this matchup. I think they'll be hyped as heck.
Oh, there's
As
gonna be bragging rights.
oh yeah. As will the crowd, I imagine. So this one is going to be on Jimmy Fantastic's channel. So these games are starting in 25 minutes time across various channels. This one is going to be on twitch.tv/Jimmy Fantastic. Thank you very much, Martin Scorsese, for the bits fantastic casting yesterday. Thank you for that. Right, let's have a look at the next matchup. Yeah, he will indeed negate. Good afternoon, everybody, by the way. Nice to see you all. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are. Here we go. Zaz versus Mankiz. So, sorry, I should say Dio versus Shawnee was in the winners bracket. Zaz versus Mankiz is the second winners bracket match. How about this one, Dimmy?
Really excited. I'm really, really excited for this. This is Mankiz's first ever Blitz Pit, right?
And
And this is
Zaz's.
Zaz's, yeah,
Mm.
first ever Blitz Pit. So they're gonna effectively one new guy is gonna be in the fight, like the winners final. Obviously, the winners final isn't the final final, but it's yeah, we're gonna see a first time guy in there. Orcs versus Undead is a I don't really know how to like sort of. I don't think there's a massive favorite in that at all. And I mean Mankiz did the business. He's knocked out PC on the way.
Hmm.
Zaz has knocked out Andy Davo. It's been a great performance from both of them. They could almost be related looking at their pictures. But it's going to be a good one. And I'm getting a bit of Zaz hype. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm getting on the Diego Zaz hype train. I quite like the guy, and I think I got the pleasure of covering him against Rick, and I think he played
Mm.
pretty well, like pretty solid, and I was quite impressed. And I am a big fan of Mankiz anyway, because obviously he's a chaos guy. I'm a chaos guy. Like he's obviously a little bit better than me, unfortunately. But yeah, and like I love the fact that he's took orcs. Like only orc in the competition, and he's both of these guys are unbeaten as well, and like they've obviously both won their games, so it's going to be an exciting time.
Hmm. Yeah, I always see Mankiz as more of a chaos warrior. You know, while you're more of a chaos troll, I think. But you mentioned you mentioned the games that Zaz has come through. So let's actually take a look back, and maybe we should have mentioned it for the previous game. We'll say that in a second. But Zaz so far beaten Andy Davo round one. beaten Rick round 2, and now to Mankiz. So 2-0 for Zaz. Same with Mankiz, beating, as you said, Purple Chest round 1, and then K-Fool's Wood Elves round 2. So, really solid couple of games from Zaz. Mankiz, some big names left by the wayside. So great effort from both of those. And just to backtrack slightly, Dionysian beating Unseen Walker's Dwarfs, and then beating Ducky's Bretonians, meeting Shawnee, who beat Regor's Khemri and Kornite's Kislev. So those are the roads to this stage so far. Let's take a look at the next matchup.
Yeah, who's streaming this one? Sorry, mate. The
Oh,
Zaz.
sorry. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'm terrible, aren't I? Yeah, sorry. Zaz versus Mankiz is on the Blitz Pit channel right here, live in just over 20 minutes. Fatin and Punished Chug, aka Chugman Milk, will be casting that one. So check that one out right here. We'll be handing over those when the matches start. All right, so third matchup, Unseen Walker versus Regor. So Unseen Walker coming through. So this is a losers bracket match. Unseen Walker losing to Dionysian, beating K-Fool, beating Wolfbark to make it through to losers round 3. Regor losing to Shawnee and beating Bazakastine, beating Rick Reckless to make it here. Talk us through this one, Dimmy.
This is gonna be an awesome game as well. So for those of you that don't know, I'm pretty sure everyone does know. Unseen Walker has a tentacles death roller because he's an absolute legend. It's quite hilarious. I got the pleasure of seeing it in game 1 against Dionysian, and it's really good if it stays on the pitch. Obviously, that kind of depends on who wins the kickoff and like whether it's you're on defense first or not. So well, it's just it's an interesting team. He's a cool guy. He's been playing a lot of Blood Bowl, a lot of CCL. Like he's played a load of games, and it's Dwarf. But I mean, Khemri are a real rough matchup for Dwarves. I think they're so strong, so strong. They're in your face. Regor is like the finalist from the last Blitz Pit. He's won competitions everywhere. Like he always does well.
Mm-hmm.
Solid coach, Portugueser. It's gonna be an exciting time. And then like I say, like that death roller's got to do some work. He's got to step up to the plate and do some work, I think.
Yeah, massive strength advantage from the Khemri, but the Death Roller might help equalize that a bit, as you say, while it's on the pitch.
Yeah.
So this one gonna be on Purple Chest channel, who is sadly now free to cast some games after his untimely exit. So that will be on twitch.tv/Purple Chest for Unseen Walker versus Regor. Let's take a look at the next matchup.
Yeah, and obviously Purple Chest knows his dwarf stuff as well, so you'll get some quality commentary there.
Oh yes, absolutely. Here we go. Core Knight with the Kislev versus Traffic with the Amazons. Let's take a look at their paths to this stage. So Core Knight beating Kislev in a game with such an exciting end. We might talk about that in a moment. Beating Bazakstein's Dark Elves, losing then to Shawnee's Undead, and beating Store's Flings to make it through to this stage. Terrific, losing to Core's Wood Elves, beating Purple Chest Dwarfs, beating Ducky's Bretonians. So he's really been through the ringer, has Try, and that has left him in the losers round 3 match that we see before us. Take us through this one, Dimmy.
Yeah, I did. I'm super hyped for this one as well. Like I think both these guys are really cool guys. Corn Knight is like rowdy as hell. I love his play. It's always exciting to watch. Terrific is like a solid guy. Like I was actually talking to Elyod about his sort of performance, like just in the build up to this. Like he's literally had some horrific matches.
Mm-hmm.
Like not only did he beat PC, he had Amazons and he was against the wall. So I know I'm gonna get a bit of backlash from Dio about that, but like it was like in my opinion not like the greatest matchup, and he's still in it, he's still hanging on, and like I think he's a bit of a winner. I think just Triff is a winner. Like he grinds out, he always performs well. And then like I say, like I saw Corn Knight against the Flings. He played that like super. Like I know you guys think halflings, the games are given, like whatever. but
Oh
he
no.
played it so solid. Like he played the first half without any re-rolls. The chef took all his re-rolls and
Oh.
Store had 5 re-rolls. Yeah, yeah, on his offensive drive. And he just played it really, really well. Really, really well. And it's gonna be an exciting game. And like these guys, they're in the last chance saloon, so only one of them is going to progress, unfortunately. And it's going to be interesting. Amazons versus Kislev is not something I see very often.
No, it's kind of like a very steady team and coaching try versus a very sort of hyped up, going for the ball, constant excitement stuff from Kornite and the Kislev. So should be a tasty one. And that one will be on Hancock's channel, twitch.tv/Hancock with a 0, not an O. And Fliggy Flack, my co-commentator from yesterday, had a lot of fun with him. He will be with Hancock today, co-casting with him. Oh, and did I say Skuro will be co-casting with Jimmy? I'm not sure I did, but yeah, Skuro on Jimmy's channel as always. So there will be something entertaining there at
Skuro is
least.
the responsible for the only once in the SFL
Oh
champion,
yeah, exactly.
which is brilliant.
So there we go. There are your 4 upcoming matches. We will have these games in 20 minutes time, and then the next round of games. Then we will be taking a short break to have the final 3 games in this evening session. But while we're waiting for those to start, shall we have a little reminisce about what happened yesterday? Because
Oh, what a day!
some
What a day!
fantastic Blood Bowl action. What did you think, Dimmy?
I thought it was. I actually spent last night catching up on some of the games that I missed. I haven't actually made my way through all of them yet, but I did watch a couple of choice games. It was a rowdy affair. Couple of surprises. I say surprises. I don't know. It's Blitz Pit, isn't it? I mean, is anything ever truly a surprise in Blitz Pit?
Yes.
I don't know. Yes. Okay, there
Yeah.
was one massive surprise. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there was one massive
Tell
surprise.
us about the massive surprise to me.
The massive surprise was the mighty Andy Davo being dunked on by Store's
Mm.
halfling. So Store versus Davo was a pretty exciting game, and amazing achievement to beat Wood Elves with flings. I mean, I assumed that Store was just memeing here to have fun, but like he stepped up to the plate. He's knocked out the champion as well. I just let's just take a moment to realize that the
Mm.
champion is out. So yeah, that was an exciting game.
Yeah, no,
Kesha
Store
won
with
on that one.
flings. Absolute badass, right? And he was really unlucky with a draw. I think he's played 2 Kislev teams and a Wood Elf team. It's really not what you want to see as halflings. So definitely here to compete, and he did compete, and maybe a little bit unlucky. Could have gone even further.
Yeah, yeah.
And like you
So
say, Andy on the other hand, champion, Blitzpit champion out in 2 games, and as a few other people been saying, often happens. It's a tough field, isn't it? Even the reigning champions, can go out so early in the
yeah,
following
I don't
tournaments.
ever remember being back-to-back winners. I know Dio's won it.
No,
I think
no.
Dio is the only one who's won it
Hmm.
twice as well.
Yeah,
So no one's won it back to back,
no.
which is just a statement of like how difficult it is. I mean, like even other competitions and that you see it happen, and I think like KFO dropping out was a big surprise for me. I actually
Yeah.
like I mentioned yesterday, there's a tipping competition for the sponsors of Blitz Pit, and he was I took a couple of rowdy bets. I took a couple of rowdy bets. KFO was my sure thing bet, and unfortunately, it wasn't a sure thing. So
Are these actually bets for money?
no, well, I think there's some sort of prize in there. There's a prize
Okay,
for
okay,
whoever
okay.
wins it,
Fair.
but yeah, like you get to pick 3 guys. So you got to tip a couple of guys. You got to pick one from all the qualifying groups, and if they qualified, you got
Mm.
points. And then in the actual main competition, you get to pick 3 guys, and then like if they come first, second, third, fourth, or fifth, I think it is, they get like a set amount of points, and then whoever has
Okay.
the most points at the
Okay.
end
Cool.
wins the tipping competition. Like it's fun and it's interesting, and it gives you a little bit of
Yeah. No.
investment
No.
in
Sounds
like the
like it.
games and stuff. There was a few grumbles. There was a few grumbles in the Discord about people tipping the wrong people and stuff. It's been a fun time all round. But yeah, yeah. So I mean, Andy Davo, like for me, that was a big surprise. I'd almost say massive surprise.
Mm,
Kfo going out, like he did get to losers round two. Played against Unseen Walker as well, so there would have been half that game without a death roller. So I mean, that is like hats off to Unseen for beating Kfo. PC, massive upset, I guess. Like
yeah.
I didn't think he was going to win against Mankiz. I did think Mankiz had like a really strong matchup, and I thought it was going to go that way. But Triffic beating PC was like a little bit of a surprise for me. And like, yeah, a previous winner is out on the like in 2 games. Just played 2 games,
Yeah.
and then your mate J-Men Wolfbark.
One
Did
of
you
one
see
of the
any of
many J-men in this
Wolfbark's?
competition.
Did you
Dio,
see any of
Dio, and
Wolfbark's?
did I see the? No, I sadly not. No, did you see the
Yeah, I
Wolfball
didn't.
games?
No, I've
Uh,
missed both. I want to go back and watch those games as well. So, um, but yeah. So how many J-men were in? Dio,
three
Wolfbark,
J-men.
and two of
Just
them are out, right?
no.
So there's only.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, Dio's in. Yeah, yeah, good point. I forgot about Dio. But yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of established coaches, a lot of previous Blitz Pit names going out, and we're seeing the newer coaches, the qualifiers coming through. Right, all 4 qualifiers still in the tournament. 3 of them in
it's
the winners
amazing. Yeah,
bracket. Pretty incredible stuff. Really, really nicely done by them. And one of them, as you were saying before we went on air, Mankiz versus um, oh god, who was
Zaz.
it? Versus Zaz, both
Yeah,
qualifiers. One of them going through to the to the semi-finals.
I am really hyped about that game. Actually, I'm
Yeah,
really hyped
yeah.
about the Mankiz as game. Like, I mean, like all these games are hype, and like the thing is like I do go back and watch the VODs and stuff because they are genuinely fun. And the thing is where it's 1 minute turns and everything, like you get through them pretty quickly. So you can watch most of these
Yeah,
VODs in like 40 minutes.
yeah.
You will see some great play. We'll see some interesting play. I don't know if we want to talk about it yet, but the clipping
Yes.
competition. If anyone
Oh,
hasn't checked out the Discord, right? Go to the Blitz Pit Discord. If you haven't joined it, join the Blitz Pit Discord. In the general channel, there was a couple of there's only about 4 clips posted, but they are all hilarious. They are like really funny, some real nice plays, some funny plays. Um, and it's well worth it. And any of you guys watching today, like please, 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 like if you see something that's either funny, like really good play, or just something that you think is worth, clip it. Just clip it, post it in the Blitz Pit general channel, and there's a chance of winning a T-shirt on there, isn't there?
yes, yeah. One of Random Boy's Geek Trading Company T-shirts.
Rat boy.
Uh, what did I say? Random Boy. I'm so sorry, Rat
Uh,
Boy. Rat Boy. It
yeah,
begins with RA. I mean, what more do you need?
yeah, that's true. It's true.
Can you really
Yeah, that's
expect?
that's attention to detail is not what
Where,
we're known for.
when
Uh,
Gdanik, got us to do this thing, he knew what
Yeah,
he was in for, right?
yeah.
It was not professional,
Big
Blitzpit
up Wrestle and
hosting.
Tackle Nation.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Wrestler
hilarious.
tackle. Oh yeah, I love that clan.
Yeah, yeah.
So somebody was saying, talk about surprises. Shorty saying Dio must have been surprised to talk about a couple of plays that happened. Dio must have been surprised to score in turn 8 of his game versus Ducky. Did you see that event,
I
Dimmy?
didn't see the game, but I saw the clip. I saw the clip, and this is why I'm like, you guys, you're all in chat here. If you haven't joined the Discord, join the Discord. Have a look at that clip. Um, yeah, Ducky, I'm so sorry, mate. Like that must have felt pretty sad. Uh, it's a very entertaining clip, guys, and it's one of them clips that I don't think we get if we're not at Blitzpit, because it's the 1 minute term, because
Yes,
you
yeah,
don't have time
yeah.
to think. You're playing off instincts. You're trying to do things like there's a lot of things that these top players probably wouldn't do had they had an extra minute to think about it. So it makes it adds to the Blitz Pit factor, like the 1 minute turns. Yeah, thank you for posting that, Elyod. Like, have a look, guys. There are a lot of other clips in there as well. Check those clips out as well, and of course, make sure you're clipping the games today, boys. Make sure you're clipping the games today, because
So
there's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
sorry, Ducky, who's just arrived. Good morning, Ducky. And yeah, there's instant full embarrassment. Was it wrong? I don't know. Because Ducky had a scoring chance, right? Like I don't know. What were the chances of the Wood Elves scoring there? Probably you
I
don't
think you
risk it, I
tunnel
guess.
in.
But
I think I like. I don't want to say Ducky's wrong, because I think I may have made the same play. Like, but through like
well,
I would
if
have.
you made the same play, then he's definitely wrong.
yeah. If I made the play, like everyone would laugh and just think I was terrible. But then, like, because it's Ducky who's like actually good at Blood Bowl, like, it's hard. But then, like, there's another Ducky clip in there as well, which is the good side of Ducky, not the dark side of Ducky.
Yes, indeed.
But
Another big play, Core Knight versus Baza. We just talked about.
that is a huge
Uh,
one, yeah.
Dark Elves versus Kislev. Dark Elves with a 1-1. I think they have the ball in overtime, and then massive ball sack from
Rowley.
from oh god, Cornite. I can't remember names now. Grabbing the ball, getting it down the pitch, winning the game in a single turn. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's like a big play, like a big play. And I've seen bits and pieces of the other games. We've seen some other big plays and that haven't been clipped. But like get the clips in, get them in there if you want a chance of winning something. Like, and like I say, like, it's gonna be fun. The whole point is we all have a good laugh, we enjoy ourselves. Like me and Elyod have got the easy job. We don't have the pressure of playing these games and making these decisions and stuff. We get to just sit back, enjoy it. There's a lot of money at stake as well. This is a prize competition, so
Mm.
they're close now, they're close to the prize pools. So I think it's if they win another game, they're gonna be in
Yeah.
the money, and that money just gets bigger and bigger. So like there's not only the Blitz Pit pressure, there's not only playing against an amazing opponent pressure, but now you got like oh, I can win some money pressure as well, and like that's what we're all about. Points win prizes, prizes win money. Like it's gonna, yeah, crunch time, boys, crunch time.
Yeah, I think you're right. The semi-finalists start to get the money, I believe. So Dio, Shawnee, Zaz, and Mankiz one win away from becoming professional Blood Bowl players, or if they're not already.
Yeah,
Niagara, incredible stuff, Niagara.
sub
Thank
hype.
you very much. Yeah, five rowdy subs. Very much appreciate it, Niagara. Hope you're enjoying. And yeah, good point, Matthew. Hello, Dimmy. You're now below me. Uh, but there we go. Uh, what a exciting what an exciting few games we've
It,
got in
it's gonna
store.
be the only time that happens. I'm telling you.
Hello. Fantastic.
He's actually hovering on my kitchen ceiling right now. I can see him.
So
His little leprechaun feet just hanging down.
returning to complete seriousness, we saw your predictions at the outset at the preview show last week. How about at this stage with these 4 games to come? Put your money on the table. Where are you going in
Oh,
these four
it's
games?
so hard. It's so hard. Like I'm looking at both of these games and I don't even know. Like I genuinely don't even know. Like I kind of want to tip Dio because Dio hates it when I tip him. Like he thinks it's like he's gonna lose. So I'm tempted. But Sean, mate, like Sean came through qualifying. Like he smashed his way through qualifying. He hasn't conceded a touchdown. He's won both his games 2-0. Like he's absolutely smashed CCL. I think it might be Shawnee's. I think it might be. But I really want to say Dio as well because it, it will upset Dio. I'm so torn. I'm so torn. I'm gonna go Dionysian. Dionysian win.
Easy to forget, isn't it, that Sean is a qualifier, being that you might expect to see him here anyway. But yeah, blaze through qualifying, as you said. What about Zaz Mankiz? Maybe an
Uh,
even hard one to call. I don't know.
it is a really hard one to call. Really hard one to call. Mankiz is playing amazing. Zaz has like obviously knocked out two big guys in the competition. I am jumping on the Zaz hype train. I am jumping on the Zaz hype train.
Mm.
I do think orcs are tough for undeads. I do think orcs are tough for undeads, and Mankiz is great. So
Hmm.
I want to say Mankiz. I also want to say Zaz because I'm on that Zaz hype train. I'm probably like my heart says Zaz, my head says Mankiz, so I'm gonna go with my head. So I'm gonna say Mankiz on that one.
All right, Mankiz unlucky. Unseen Walker versus Regor in the losers bracket. The dwarves versus the Kemi. Maybe a little bit more of an obvious favorite here. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I think this will be probably the hardest game that Unseen Walker's probably gonna have to play. Like I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know. Like Thing is with Kemry is like you like it's very rare that they score 2 touchdowns in a game, right? So, and I guess you can say the same thing of the Wolves, but I think
So you're
Regor's
calling it a
solid.
1-1?
It's going to be a 1-1, isn't it? I'm well. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be either 1-1 or 1-0 to Kemry, I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Unseen Walker's had an amazing competition. I'm not writing him off. I'm not writing him off.
Hmm.
Like he's more than good enough to win the game. But I think Regor is solid, and
Mm.
he's probably got the better of the matchup as well. So
Yeah, tricky matchup.
I'm gonna go for Regor on that one. Yeah, definitely.
Although Unseen Walker now boosted by the DM prediction. Core Knight versus Try. That's gonna be a hell of a game as well. Where are you going with that one? I know you love both these
No,
coaches.
I've got like no. I've never seen this matchup. I can't remember ever watching a game of Kislev versus Amazons. Like I've been playing Blood Bowl for a long time now. I've played thousands of games, and I cannot remember. Like I can't recall seeing Kislev versus Amazons. So I mean, Triff is like playing like he's beat some top guys. He's like probably in form. Corn Knight played solid against Halflings. It is Halflings, but he played solid. He did the job. Um, he's also beat Bazza, which is, I mean, Bazza's pretty damn good as well.
Hmm.
Like, I might do the opposite here. So my heart says Corn Knight, my head says Triffic. So this time I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to pick Corn Knight on this one.
All right. Well, there we go. You heard it all here. Let's see if Dimmy is psychic or not.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
But we are approaching 1300 UTC. I believe the games will
Yeah.
be getting underway
Um,
fairly shortly.
Corn Knight's already got his an excuse in. He said it's Mother's Day and he'll be in trouble if he's playing in 2 hours' time.
Ha!
So early exit. Like,
Mother's
yeah.
Day dinner in the Elyod household has been rescheduled from Sunday to Monday. So had to
Yeah.
break that news a few days ago.
I'm a little bit lucky because Michelle's seeing her mother, so like
Uh...
I can dip in and that, and then I've got to like grovel and buy something really expensive and shiny, and do all that, do all that side of things. So, I mean, like, what do you reckon? If we're gonna predict a finalist now, who's
Oh,
in the final?
um, Mankiz and Shawnee. Oh wait, no. That's
No, that
that's
can happen.
semifinals. Yeah, it
That
can
can
happen.
happen.
Yeah. But probably yeah. Let's go. Yeah, Mankiz and Shawnee.
Oh, what, in the final or the
Oh,
winners
maybe
bracket final?
Dio and Shawnee. Maybe Dio and Shawnee. Yeah, final,
Could,
final. I'm going
yeah,
final. I
final,
think I
final.
think my prediction is Shawnee makes it straight to finals. Um,
Dio's
maybe
gonna go
maybe
through the
Dio
winners,
maybe Dio
the
makes it go
losers.
through losers bracket, but Mankiz as well so strong.
I
And then
think Mankiz is,
Try's got a
yeah.
chance.
Um, it's tough. I mean, like, if I'm looking at I know it's gonna sound really stupid because I predicted Corn Knight, but if I'm looking at the losers bracket, I think Triffic is probably the favourite to win the losers bracket. And then I would say, yeah, I think it's probably the winner of Dio and Shawnee to win the winners bracket, but it's so close, boys, isn't it? It's so close. There's
Oh
only
yeah.
one of these matchups that I'm looking at going, that's horrible for the Dwarves. Like the Kemri look really solid in that one. I kind of think the Orcs are going to be causing problems for Zaz just because of the strength and everything, and it's Mankiz. Uh, yeah, so I think that's about it from us, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's time. The games are beginning. So let's hand over to Chug Manmilk, who will be having a glorious cast on this channel of the Zaz versus Mankiz game. So enjoy that, everybody. Fatin will be joining him in short order, I believe. So from us, goodbye for now, and we'll see you later to
Goodbye.
catch up. Have fun with the games.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our viewers out there. You are joining us for day 2 of Blood Bowl 2's premium money tournament, Blitz Pit. I'm your host, Chug, and I will be joined shortly, of course, by Fatin to cover this game, Zaz versus Mankiz, Undead versus Orcs. Without much further ado, let's get cracking. It appears that the Undead have decided to go into offense first. This tournament, of course, for those who are uninitiated and those who have not been being caught up with the entire hubbub around this particular edition of Blitz Pit, every single team, no matter if they are, of course, a mutations access team, gets access to 2 mutations. As you can see, there is a Claw Mighty Blow Orc Blitzer, and of course a Claw Guard Mummy, as well as also a Tentacle Troll and a 2-heads Ghoul. If you weren't here for yesterday's edition of Blitz Pit, well, firstly, I apologise, you missed out. But if you were here, of course, on this channel, you already saw us cast a game with Mankiz. So this is our second outing with Mankiz, in fact. And this is a game which is taking place currently in the winner's bracket. Mankiz dispatching Purple Chest Dwarves and also Khor's Wood Elves to get to this point in round 3, while Zaz did a number on Andy Davo's Wood Elves and Rick Reckless's Kislev. And from the sounds of it, we might have just been joined indeed by our second commentator, Fatin. Although, there you go. Welcome.
All right, Chuck, how's it going? Good
Not
afternoon.
bad. Good afternoon. For those who are uninitiated. We're looking forward to the game. Yeah, well, to those uninitiated, Fatin is a premium coach, mainly a Pro Elf coach, but of course also Skaven and Dark Elves. Seen many outing in the Chalice himself.
Well, no, I haven't actually. A couple of outings in the Chalice himself, but anyway, good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? I was just plugging away, shooting a few tanks, waiting till 1:30 when the Blitz Pit was going to start, and no.
Then you realise. Then you realise. Yes. Well. I'm glad it's starting at 1 because I have my own clan game in about an hour and a bit. So.
All right. Okay. So what we're looking at here then? I watched Unseen Walker play. Oh, sorry, I watched Zaz play yesterday, and it was a cracking match against Rick Reckless. I thought Zaz played really well actually because Rick had the ball off him on the second turn of his offense. Rick was escaping with a catcher on a 6+ pickup or something like that.
Right.
Kept his cool, kept plugging away, and ended up also turning Rick over in the 1-0 up at halftime on his offense after a disastrous offense. Perfect 8-turn stall, and then turned Rick's Kislev over in the second half. So thought he played pretty well.
Yeah, that's absolutely a bit of metal to be able to play against Rick, especially once his typical Rick stuff works. On the other side of things, I casted for the first game of the day yesterday, Mankiz versus Purple Chest, and it was Orcs versus Dwarves. Both teams have Claw Mighty, and unfortunately for PC, he was the first person to lose his Claw Mighty Blow for good. So, considering the matchup, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse for poor PC. But
I really like this Orc team. I really like this Orc team. I think. I mean, the thing is, it's got 11 players and only 11 players, but it doesn't necessarily need a bench. And it's got strength. It's got massive amounts of guard. It's got Claw Mighty. Compared to Zaz, his Claw Mighty Mummy doesn't have block, so there's going to be 1 in 9s. There's going to be failures to, you're more likely to get a 2 dice Claw Mighty hit off if you have block like the Orc Blitzer has here. So unless he manages to 3 dice all the time with his mummy, the Orc Claw Mighty should be just more reliable. So I quite fancy the Orc team in this matchup, actually. Also, the Orc's got Mighty Blow Tackle if it gets any shots at any of those ghouls. So I've got Mankiz down as the favourite here.
Well, to be honest, this is a regen team versus Claw Mighty, so I think it's a bit more sort of even keel, especially with their own Claw Mighty having the regen as well. So we won't see potentially the same face roll as what happened in PC versus Mankiz yesterday. But what I will say is that I personally don't like, and I mentioned this during the PC game, I don't like the fact that troll has tentacles. I think he would have been much better served giving the Surehands guy 2 heads or something to give a sort of a reliability in the one sense that orcs sort of fall down in, which is when they can't score or they have a difficult score, things can go very wrong and spiral out of control quickly. Plus, to rely on the troll to do anything is a fool's errand.
Yeah, but in some ways the tense is not like an active skill. It just moves places and puts tense on things. So you're not sort of relying too much on the troll to do stuff. Like both guard and tense work quite well with you. Like sometimes you can just not activate the troll, and yeah, I agree with you. The troll's not very reliable, but like guard and tense are not sort of skills that you actually need the troll to go and do stuff. Sometimes you can just
of course, it's not a blitzing thing, but the thing is that it could be that the moment that you need a troll, if you are in sort of the good position where the troll is unmarked and can move around, one, he still needs a babysitter to do that, but number two, he's always a one away from just not activating, and then the thing that you had him for, or even protected him for in some respects, he doesn't actually do. And if you are, for example, either trying to hold people down on your offense to make the score easier, as more and more things are sort of tied up, and that doesn't work, and therefore the next few turns, the person you're facing puts up a strong defense, then you would have really loved those 2 heads if you still managed to eke at least 1 or 2 squares, which you could possibly do, say, with those 2 heads of 3+2+ to score. But, there are compensations for all of these things. Things where you can definitely see that you'd much rather have it than the alternative. And of course, with a Orc team with Claw Mighty, hopefully there's not going to be too many games where scoring is actually going to be a tough one.
I think it's definitely safe to say that the undead team has more speed in terms of its ghouls here. So like, if anything goes wrong for the Orcs, if they start going down players, then they will struggle for speed. If the undead go down players, they've got regen, so they're slightly less likely to go down players. And if they do go down players, then lots of dodging ghouls can still do stuff, still scramble a little bit. So I think undead are a little bit better at scrambling. But then they do have the movement 3 mummies and just the shitty zombies that just like sit there. So
I've been quite cool.
Yeah, they're undead is sort of like a bit half and half team, aren't they? But
they are undoubtedly strong, although I will say this very quietly. I'm sure this is some sort of heresy to some people. I actually despise playing undead. I think they're just boring. And also, I know, probably because I'm a bad player, I always seem to get my ghouls cast and go on a death spiral early on, so I've never made it work, to be honest. Even though theoretically I understand they're incredibly strong in every single sense of the word, but... Oh, he has to burn another reroll. Zaz now down to 0 rerolls for the half, and he still hasn't got the ball picked up.
Wow.
With equal men's on each team, not one of them losing a player through the Claw Mighty Blow blitzes yet. This could be okay for Zaz, but he really needs to make this pickup.
My game is frozen for some reason. I might just need to reload the client or something.
Absolutely, it happened to me yesterday. It's a bad system, not very good.
Pressing unpause and pause, and nothing actually is happening. So, right, I'll just watch the stream for a little bit in there.
But we have seen the ball picked up by Zaz, and he immediately taking the space. a few stuns and a few pieces tied up on the mummies means that doesn't look too bad for Zaz, even with the 0 rerolls. Built-in dodge, no tackle as well means that it's likely that this ghoul will be able to get away, even if based.
Has he burned all his rerolls on pickups, or where have they all gone?
Mummy hits. Mummy 2 dies.
Mummy 1 in 9s, yeah.
Yes, there you go. So again, what you said about the unreliability of those mummies coming to pass.
So Mankiz is going to have to make a decision here how many rerolls he wants to spend in pushing. He's got to make Zaz score in the next turn or two so that he gets like 2, ideally 3 turns to score back with the Orcs. Zaz is going to try and make a bit of a breakaway.
But it looks like he's getting that Claw Mighty hit, not the Claw Mighty, the Mighty Blow tackle hit on the Ghoul.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, he can. All right. I didn't realize that it was so easy to free up that guy.
Incredibly easy. That's why I don't like the zombie dodge. He's lost his 2-heads Ghoul. One of the mutations is out. No regen because it's a Ghoul. Balls on the floor. No rerolls. This looks very grim already for Zaz, and it's only turn 4. But I definitely disagree, I think, there with what Zaz did. I think the zombie dodge before just moving the Ghoul off of the Claw Mighty and then just tagging out that Mighty Blow tackle was probably a stronger move. You don't need that tied up when there's a sack on the ball. Two of the Ghouls are completely stuck behind lines of Orcs with no real way to free them up unless you do one dies or...
He can use the mummy to block this Black Orc South, yeah, which is what he's going to do. Which opens up a bit of space in the middle. And then he might have to take a 4+3+ dodge with a couple of these Ghouls. Or he could maybe wrestle, he could 1-dice wrestle the Claw Mighty Blitzer out of the way.
I think he might take this block here, follow up onto the... Okay, he doesn't do that. I thought he was going to take the block onto the Blitzer, follow up, blitz out with the block Ghoul to get the Claw Mighty off, and then you use that Wrestle Ghoul to pick up. KO on the Mighty Blow tackle.
Made the rerollers pick up.
Absolute dicing, as they do say.
Now, what's he going to do with these 2 Ghouls to the south? He needs to get them, at least one of them, up the field, I think. And
yes, you need to do the 4+3+ to at very least tag out that lineman. Otherwise,
he doesn't necessarily need to do 4+3+. He could. Oh well, there goes there. Oh, shit. Yeah,
and now his Claw Mighty's removed.
Whatever he was doing there involved probably a 1-dice, I guess, but.
Yes, he could have taken the 1 die and then still gotten the Ghoul out to do something. But I might have just seen what the dodgers do instead, purely for the fact that
if you 1-dice the Claw Mighty with your Ghoul and you roll a skull, and that's another Ghoul getting Claw Mighty hit. But he's
it's not even something like that. It's nothing as pixel huggy as that. In fact, it's more so that he wants to use them. His scant amount of resources in bad positions as well as he possibly can. I feel like he gets more out of just trying to get all of those free on those sort of 4+, 3+ than he would if he, used one of them that was then still stuck down the pitch to do a 1 die to get the easier dodge.
Makes the 3+ dodge out and gets the power of the white.
Very scrappy game. And the catch. There you blooming go.
So
well, of course,
there is a guard white here. So the guard white is free at the moment and could come out here to assist a blitz up with the tackle white. So all is not yet lost for Zaz.
Absolutely. But that blitzer with guards down, stuck on the zombie, needs to do the dodge out, I think.
At least it's up the right end of the field as well, so okay, the blitzer does make the dodge out and sticks it on the right player.
Very good.
Now it's a 3+2+ to get that guard white out. Sorry, 3+ and then double GFI to get the guard in position. I think I would probably dodge out the ghoul on the right-hand side first, so dodge him away from the Black Hawk. That's what he's going to do first. Anything you can do that doesn't involve using any rerolls is always good. So just dodge out 1 in 9 with the ghoul. Probably dodge this ghoul down the south as well. Just as a couple of ghoul free. Okay, he's just going to make it 2 dice here, I guess. All right, now this requires reroll. So 3+2+2+ to get the guard white in position. Makes a 3+.
Makes all of the GFIs. Now it's a 2 dice.
Gets the power.
And he gets him.
Can he 3+ dodge away, 3+ pick up? Nope.
Not quite. Good effort, but not quite. So now, at the very least, what he has is a either a blockless blitz or a GF. I think if you're looking to score still, you're taking the blockless blitz of the linesman, picking up, trying to get to that guard blitzer, and then you're running down the pitch. But he might take it more safe route. And bloody well glad that he did, because now he has the men up the pitch by the ball. He doesn't have to think about scoring. Probably best not to either now. Instead, looking to go into the half 0-0 with the ball protected for no follow-up sacks.
Stopping the opponent scoring is like half the battle here, and then you can just go for your own drive. One of the ghouls is out, and the mummy is 50-50 to come back. So I would say Mankiz would be pretty happy about that situation, as long as he doesn't, Azaz doesn't score.
Of course. And we've already seen in the Blitz Pit game yesterday when an opponent tries to push a score too much and ends up with the worst possible scenario. For those uninitiated, do go back and watch the game versus Dio versus Ducky on this very channel from yesterday, where after Dio failed to score on turn 8, Ducky allowed Dio to score on turn 8. Still probably the funniest moment in Blitz Pit that I've seen thus far. Although, of course, frightfully unlucky for poor Ducky.
So he could come out and dodge out on 1 dice with this guard ghoul. 1 dice splits here, and then maybe 4+3+ out with the blodge ghoul to pick up. He could dodge the ghoul out first, and then try and dodge 2 dice with the white. I think that's
this is absolutely. I think it's absolutely 4+3+ territory, no matter what. Now.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, he's got another turn after this, but I think ideally he'd want it on that blodge ghoul at the end of this turn. So I think I would. He is just going for the. Oh no, he's not even going for the ball.
Oh no. Well, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Although I don't know if I quite like that necessarily.
No, I think he needs to free up his ghouls as much as he can and get them up the pitch. But yeah,
I agree. Yeah, you need to make it so it's a very real threat that there's plenty of things around and about which will terrify Mankiz and not pushing his 0 rerolls into an unlikely score. At this point, the whites are very stuck up the pitch on players as well. You can push that ghoul between the Black Orcs out of scoring range. One of the ghouls is now on the ground, and the other ghoul is trapped on the troll and the Black Orc. So if Mankiz wants to,
surf the guard white, and then he's got a scoring threat. How many people can he get around the ball to protect?
I don't know if he even needs to. He can just Mr. Tato.
Is that one of your favourite tactics, Chuck?
You know what? I have been slandered. Yes, I had a strength 5 blodge runner. Yes, I did the Mr. Tato. But it's like, no one could 2-die him. Everyone struggled to do that. So, and the only reason it didn't work once in one of the games was quite literally because I 1 in 9 to dodge, and that was it. So it was a fantastic strategy if you have a strength 5 piece.
So what's his plan here then? He's got He's got a mummy on a Black Orc here, which can free up a wrestle ghoul. He needs to use this wrestle ghoul here, but has he got the white is his only scoring threat, right? The white that's on the ground up the top there.
Yes, that's the only thing that can score, which is a 4+, 3+.
4+3+ the white out. So he's not going for that. He's just going to blitz the scoring threat, and then
which is smarter, absolutely smarter. You don't have to always go after the ball, and this is much more of a critical thing.
He's got him. So it's going to be 0-0 at halftime. Zaz can bring in a bench zombie, which doesn't make up for his good 2 heads logical. But the key thing is whether the Claw Mighty Mummy comes back. If the Claw Mighty Mummy doesn't come back, then I think Zaz is in big trouble. If he does, then it's game on, I think, for the second half.
No, absolutely. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a similar game as PC versus Mankiz, where the first Claw Mighties get removed and stay removed, it just piled on all the issues. Just a stun. With the Apo gone, that was a bit of a spooky one.
There aren't any ghouls to hit, so he's just going to go for a hit on the mummy.
Alright, back it. Just pushes. Lovely Jim Powell there.
Oh, Black Orc gone!
No, I don't think. Is the Black Orc gone, or was it just a quirk of the...
Oh my god.
No, it was a display bug. It was a display bug. Well, thank you, Cyanide, for the bizarre regen thing.
That was so weird. It came up with me, and it said "Grob Smash Teeth" or whatever the Black Orc has missed next game or something. So
it's one of the most bizarre things that has managed to This game's been out for 6 years, which is crazy, or almost 6 years. But it's still one of the things that remain. Yes, precisely. But we do see the return of Mr. Claw Mummy. 0-0, all to play for.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
As we know, whoever has the most Clawed Mighty Blow wins in Blood Bowl. It is known. So, very good that stayed on the pitch for the next half.
What do you think of? So I didn't catch the early couple of turns of the game, but like, what do you think of Zaz's reroll use? Were they all like 100% necessary, or could he have got away with?
I think he could have done things that were more, that he could have eaten those, 1-9s that he did roll. He could have played a tiny bit more carefully and turned those into things he doesn't really need to deal with. But at the same time, he did get a short kick quite near the LOS. So until he got the ball in his hands, it was always going to be a bit spicy.
Mm.
But definitely, you could have probably put in a layer to make it so that you're probably fine, even if you just suck that up.
He has chosen to go with put the claw on a player without block, and he's chosen to put the 2 heads on a ghoul and not have shorthand. So both of those 2 things were kind of in his control. That's like a risk that he's taking, and that didn't.
Obviously, far be it from me to say what I would have done, but I would have much rather have taken the claw off the mummy and then taken the tackle off the white and replaced it with Mighty Blow Claw for the reliability factor. I think that would have been, in my mind, slightly better. I know a lot of people who deal with sort of Undead at NAF or play Undead at NAF don't like any skills whatsoever on those mummies anyway. With the generous package in Blitz Pit 9, guarding up is fine, but I definitely don't think I would have taken the claw on those mummies, even if, you make a player go further for maybe a little bit less.
The trouble with having your best claw mighty guy on a mummy, having the claw on a mummy, is mainly down to mobility as well. Like movement 3 is really terrible, so you end up taking hits with the claw just for damage on rando targets, whatever the mummy can reach at the time. Not on the choicest target. So.
Of course, a white with Claw Mighty can make positional blitz as well as also have the added punch. Contrary to popular belief, blitzing with Mighty Blow doesn't actually, make for a good play sometimes.
But he got away from that one with Undead still got 11 players. There we go. Mummy failing to 3-dice somebody.
Which would have happened and been fine if you had block on it, if you were Claw Mighty Blow white, let's say.
Yeah, a three dice without block is against no block is slightly lower percentage, something like
127 versus 1 in 36 for failure, at the least the turnover for failure.
Like just for success purposes. So if you so 3 dice looking for a POW, what's that? Yeah. 70%, whereas 2 dice with block looking for a POW aura, both down to 75.
Yes, indeed. That was the statistic I was looking for. And of course, not to mention in the whole turnover threat, which was the statistics that I was mentioning. So all in all, better. I don't like claw mummies. I think they are an abomination.
So we've got 2 bash teams knocking away each other with Claw Mighty, and yet nobody's done any damage yet. Well,
which is good. Which is good for the spectators in a sense. It's good that this hasn't been a wash and this has been somewhat a positional game.
No way, the fans want blood. The fans
no, they don't. Listen, the fans don't know what they want. The fans don't know what they want.
Just Smith is saying, hello, Just Smith is saying that it's anyone's game. It is anyone's game. Advantage Orcs, but he's had a line of scrimmage. He's had 2 Claw Mighty blitzes with his blitzer, and he hasn't removed anything. Is he going to... There's no foul available in this mummy here, but...
No, he should not foul the mummy. Another thing to mention, again, already going back to something that you said earlier, movement 3, to get that Mighty Blow Blitz onto that guard guy at GFI. Yeah, I might take it at this point, though. It's a slightly juicy target.
Yeah, I think he has to just keep on blitzing with the Claw Mighty. I don't think there's any problem with that. Like the difference between just Mighty, the alternative is maybe just like blitzing with his other mummy, maybe? Or just blitzing this lineman on the side, but...
He goes for the Claw Mighty. He does not get it. Again, both down, push.
So 2 dice just looking for yellows. There's only 55%, so that's, even worse odds, isn't it?
Yes.
Doesn't want to double base this lineman on the left? Or on the right. I want to switch my view.
Maybe he's showing a bit of leg. Or maybe he's scared of giving too many free hits away.
Well, the way he's done it here, I quite like that. The way he's done it here is that if Mankiz wants to hit the ghoul that's exposed, that's already got the assist on it with the lineman, then he will need to... He can't do it from a square in which his Mighty Blow tackle can escape. So if the Mighty Blow tackle wants to hit that ghoul that the lineman is on, alternatively, he could really gum up the side, put the guard in, and then hit the second ghoul, the one that's further back, and then block the ghoul that's on the lineman with the lineman. But that would be really committing to the right-hand side.
Which I think you'd just rather see him recenter. Deal with the Dirty Player Zombie.
Yeah, it's
That's
coming
kind
back
of
to the center. Yeah.
good, yeah. The one that is kind of jabbing you in the side there.
So I think that was quite nice from Zaz there. It's just sort of like maybe tempting Mankiz to look up the right-hand side, but Mankiz doesn't want to take it. Doesn't stand up his... Why is he not standing up his Black Hawk yet?
Oh, reroll burns. On a blockless 2D.
He obviously wants his block guard Black Hawk in a better position. So that's why he's not standing him up just yet, but maybe he'll just stand him up now. It takes the troll. He wanted the Black Hawk in there. Okay.
Zaz has done one as well to not engineer not let him engineer an easy Claw Mighty hit as well.
Yeah, I think so.
And all pushes.
Yeah, just going to have to dodge the lineman out here.
But I might leave him there. Zaz isn't going to surf him. And if he does, then that's completely out of the trap. Nope, but he's using him as a scoring threat. Or at least not really a scoring threat. Perhaps more so just a way to reconnect at some point in 2 or 3 turns' time if Mankiz doesn't deal with him. How much he'd be scared of that. Yeah, I don't know how scared he would be of that, but, maybe that's the theory.
So, Mankiz got a lovely solid wall of strength and guard at the front here, so it's difficult to attack, but he's just going to Claw Mighty this best. If he goes Claw Mighty on this best Black Hawk, he can chain bush out the other Black Hawk.
Yeah, into the mummy, but he's moved that mummy. I thought he might have been looking for that,
I think he wants to get the... I think he's going to try and use the chain push to get the... Get the Black Hawk off his line rather than on. I don't know. Maybe it's not
possibly. And as we see, Zaz has actually decided to respect the lone lineman scoring threat. Oh, and that is a Kaz no Apo block guard. Black Hawk is gone for the match.
Yeah, that makes
things goes into OT somehow. If this goes into OT somehow, he'll be missing that sorely. But let's see how much that matters.
Curtin Mike is giving us the stats on so if you failing on a 3 dice without block is 1 in 27, and then failing on usually you compare that to 2 dice with block, and that's a 1 in 36. So, but the fans want blood and scoring. Hello, Broadsword. Broadsword Wargaming's in the house. No, it wasn't. Was it terrible dice, Broadsword? It was just mainly pushes, but I think Mankiz will be a lot more upset about losing that Black Hawk. But the Claw Mighty Mummy had to bag a victim at some point, so...
oh, yes, even, had to.
All right, first action 2 dice with the Troll there. Interesting.
I don't rate that. That's not it, Chief. In the words of the youth.
Who's to say? Maybe he's thinking things are... Oh, gets a zombie.
Oh, nice. That's no regen.
So both players down to 10 on the pitch. Both players down to 10 for the match. Since none of them are coming back.
Oh, absolutely. Well, let's see if, of course, this matters.
He looks like he's
taking space.
I'm
not so sure.
Certainly stretching it a bit. Then there's one mummy. The Claw Mighty Mummy is kind of... Oh, that's a nice dodge with the claw.
This looks a lot better now.
Yeah. I wonder whether he was going to whether he would have sunk a reroll into that dodge there with the Claw Mighty. I think he probably would. He's got 3 rerolls. If he just manages to score in this half, he's probably won the game. Although,
absolutely. I mean, although it depends on when he scores. If he only gives 2 turns back, then I still rate Mankiz as most likely going to be able to hold out. Although now he can't even do the chevrons due to his Black Hole being removed. So it'll be harder for him to, on the fly, come up with something that will adequately defend against the move 7. Not to say that it can't be done, or that he hasn't already done the prep on it. I'm sure he has.
Mummy's going in on the troll.
I like it to get that white out. That's a smart idea. So that wasn't purely a Mighty Blow claw hit. That was a positional blitz.
Yeah.
As well, at least in concept.
Needed a power from the mummy, but then that means that the white is freed up from the tentacles. So that's pretty cool.
Yes, me like. Will he burn a reroll so he can free up the zombie potentially? No. And he now does have a ghoul hanging in the back here. This block ghoul is hanging in Mankiz's own half, not really doing anything.
Yeah, did he forget about that ghoul there, do you think? Was he waiting?
Like,
what was the mummy doing to... What was that last zombie 1 in 9? Was he waiting to move the ghoul until after that? I don't know, but it does feel like this ghoul could have been better off coming back a bit earlier.
Yeah, more active. And we have seen what I thought might happen, which is the lineman does in fact join up with the rest of the offense. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, Cultist has mentioned that, of course, if there is a death, if there's a dead orc, then the undead could be back to 11. Good point.
It's always possible. Another reason why undead are particularly strong in an F format as well. The regen and the potential for an extra player out of nowhere is incredibly amazing. Not to mention, of course, in this particular one, the Claw Mighty,
Mankiz is in a tough position here. It's in a tough spot. He's used his reroll for the turn, and he's looking like giving away some dice on the ball here.
Not a terrible idea if you feel like you're in a really terrible position. Although he
That
actually, with the GFI, he's now closed that
GFI.
off for the most part.
Yeah, and a crucial dodge with his bits of that. So that's not so bad now. But
Absolutely an outside chance for the ball to get based, though, which means game over. So we'll see what happens.
if the Blodge Ghoul had been, back in the field somewhere, then it would have been more difficult to establish that defensive cage there. So I think there was I think Zaz probably forgot about it there in the 1 minute turns. All right, he's going to go for the Clawmighty Blitzer, I think. But is that enough? Can he get enough people round? Not sure.
What's very possible is what he might do is, I mean, he either has to double base that ball if he's going to double base the ball if that POW worked, which now he can't do that at all. Or he just blitzes it off, so he blitzes it onto his guard piece, so you have 2 orcs for 2 pieces, and then you bring things around the front to make the eventual or possible stall even worse of an idea. But no, it looks like he's man marking, so this could be enough to force in an early score potentially. You might see, for example, the ball carrier have to blitz or 1 die be taken.
Yeah, I think with Mankiz, at this point, Mankiz needs to decide. He's got 1 reroll left. Does he spend the reroll trying to stall more turns out, or does he and go down to 0 rerolls potentially and give Zaz maybe a 2 turn? So if he stalls this next turn but has to burn a reroll, then Zaz gets a 2 turn. I think it's too risky to stall here. I would. If I was Mankiz, I would score here and try and shut Zaz out in 3.
Absolutely. I have every faith that Mankiz could probably protect against the 3-turner.
Well, as long as he's got a reroll. If he didn't have any reroll, then that's really tough. But he's just gonna. Is he gonna bang it in? Still a GFI.
He does the zigzag, but he uses the reroll on the score. That's a tripwire. Double ones. The toxic showboating of Mankiz actually falls apart.
Are you saying that happened because he tried to zigzag the touchdown?
Yes, the gods of Blood Bowl said, "Listen, buddy, you know, Core, you know, KFO. You can't do that here."
Ooh, now Zaz had a lot of fans in chat yesterday, and they'll be pretty happy to see. Ooh, what's going on here? They'll be pretty happy to see the ghoul sneaking away with the ball.
This ghoul dodge, or I guess you can take the 2 die instead. Yeah, ghoul getting through is very important.
Okay, so how are we looking at for Zaz actually scoring here? This ghoul.
This ghoul has to go up if he wants to score.
No, he doesn't, does he?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
he does,
6, 7.
Yeah, so he's basically just stopped himself from scoring.
He's looking for overtime.
Zaz, where's your balls, man? Where's your balls? Look, I mean,
He was terrified of the GFIs to get a hit on the ball and then scatter out. It goes into some amazing position where he just Grafak the Blitzer just picked up.
Oh no, man! That was a golden opportunity to finish this off in regular time.
But perhaps probably the smarter move, all things considered. Not to say that Mankiz can't still score.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
Well, I mean, he physically could.
The tackle was out of range of the ball. He still had a white that could make a 3+ dodge and make a complete screen. So I would definitely have moved the, like, if he was going to go for the score, you could have just moved the Ghoul down the field and then moved the guy tried a 3+ dodge with the white. If he didn't make the 3+ dodge with the white, then it's still GFIs and a blitz without tackle on the ball. I think Mankiz is looking. So there was some risk in it there, but the payoff was you get to score and win the game before overtime. This way, it's like you've already got a good, like, Zaz has got 2 good players off the pitch, and Mankiz has got 1 good player off the pitch. And overtime is anyone's game. So,
well, overtime absolutely excites. Sorry, go ahead.
Excites the crowd. I was quite keen on moving their Ghoul down to be a scoring threat there.
There also, of course, value in the canoeing threat. It's I don't hate or I understand precisely why Zaz did as he did. He felt it was probably just safer to go to OT with a 2 reroll advantage, but who could say whether it's right or wrong?
We can, because we're the commentators, Chug, so go on.
No. This, until it's about turn 7 or turn 15, it's probably a dicing. Okay, so the Ghoul gets free. He's now far away from the blitzers. Well, this is going to be great for the average punter. Excited to see a game go to OT, but I have my clan match at 2:15. So
tell them something.
I'm glad I rescheduled it for 2:15 rather than just 2.
Right, so...
Oh, is he going to do the uphill pushes to get 2 die on the ball with the troll? It's not even uphill, is it? It's just a straight up 1. It's 2 dice. 2 dice to push that troll onto the Ghoul. Oh, wait, no. He's not doing that at all. Okay. He's doing that, which is even better. 2 bites of the cherry.
Be a good time for a stupid troll.
Oh! And that is tragic. And 1 in 9 removes his own Black Orc.
Yeah. Well, he had to do that because... Well, did he? Wasn't it just 2 dice with the troll anyway? It was 2 dice with the troll, right?
No, but he has no buddy. He has no friends, so it'd be a 4+ to even get
he's got no friends, right?
Yeah, so that was necessary.
Well, that leaves 1 last Claw Mighty hit for Zaz, and then we go into OT with a few people removed, so we're kind of a little bit down this time round. So,
yes, if the KO doesn't come back for the Orcs, horrible. I think their best chance, they really need that. They need to go into offense and win a reroll for it to be back to being equal in my eyes.
Yeah, this is kind of why
I don't know I don't know why he was doing any of that. If he's not going to commit a reroll to that GFI, you're just asking for your guy to get Kaz for no reason.
I mentioned near the start of the match that, like, when the Orcs go down men and when the Undead go down men, I'd rather be Undead because you have some dodgy movement 7 players to do some scrambling. I think Orcs scramble better. Undead scramble better than Orcs. But we've gone to overtime. Undead have won the top.
KO doesn't come back.
The Orcs are down 2 Black Orcs. And a KO zombie comes back for the undead. So undead are out there, block guard white. So they're going to be on 9.
Still even in the numbers.
Yeah, 9 versus 9. But 2 rerolls versus 0 is probably the crucial thing here. Zigzag score. You should always try and zigzag score when possible. So, right. Okay, so Undead are going to get the first chance at, like, blatting somebody with a Claw Mighty here. Zaz, if people don't know, Zaz is from Argentina, isn't he? Yep, I think he is from Argentina.
Yes.
And Dimmy christened him the Maradona of Blood Bowl yesterday.
Brilliant.
Sure hand, Zaz. Can he take his team through here? Picking up a third reroll.
No, that's the reroll, but it's not for the right person. Zaz now has 3 rerolls versus 0 for Mankiz in the equity table. Zaz doing the smart thing of bringing back some ghouls just in case.
Wouldn't say either of the Claw Mighty players have been super impressive in this game, would you?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. And again, in some ways that is better. There's always the threat. There's always something on the pitch which, can level things out. But at the same time, you prefer not to fire like mad. Double Skulls takes away his shiny new reroll. It's a spare reroll. You might use it. Just for the idea of not taking the AV break on the white, which is one of your only edge 3 pieces left on the pitch.
Eats it.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. I think I would have. I think I probably would have eaten it myself as well. So don't hate Mankiz for doing that.
I think I would have just. I know it's like. If you have 3 rerolls, you want to keep onto your 3 rerolls. Like, you don't just go like, oh, now this means I get to do whatever I want with it. But I think I would have, you don't want to risk being down men, even if it's quite unlikely. He is one of your fastest moving and most agile pieces. All of your pieces are now like edge 2 and below, stuck on the line. They can liberate themselves, kind of, but not really. And now you're going to see a big amount, a big section of the blitzing. Well, the blitz is coming down the pitch.
This is really exciting. Like, we needed something like this to happen. Like, that's unlucky for, certainly unlucky for Zaz. But that makes this game a lot more exciting in the second half, in this overtime.
Oh, absolutely. And in some ways, it vindicates you in your opinion that he should have been using that ghoul that he brought back for the screen to protect the ball on turn 15 as a scoring threat, because now things, again, seem to be swinging against Zaz.
Well, yeah, that's a matter of opinion. Like, that had some risk to it as well. So, it could have lost in the game as well as winning in the game. So I don't think that's a clear-cut right or wrong there. But what we've got now is an exciting overtime. Where's that tackle? Yeah, okay. So tackle guy's coming. He's thinking about where to position. He wants to use this guy as a sweeper. The thing is, none of the ghouls are going to be that far advanced.
Yes. He shouldn't be too worried about a ghoul suddenly appearing in his backfield with the ball.
Also, if things start going really wrong for Zaz, he could just turtle up and just not stretch it for the score. That's a possibility. So I think I would re-roll that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, he's 3 rerolls to 0, so he could potentially just hold out for the equity and just like I don't know what the probabilities are for being up 3 rerolls to 0 on when it goes to kicks. So if anybody doesn't know, if we get to turn 24 and nobody has scored, so it's sudden death right now. If anybody scores, they win the game. But if we get to turn 24 and nobody's scored, then it's going to go to overtime. And in overtime, it's basically you roll a dice and then you add the number of. It's a D3, isn't it? And then you add the number of rerolls you've got. So
I think it's D6.
D6. Yeah, D6, and then you just add the rerolls. So Zaz would have got D6 plus 3 there. Mankiz would have got D6 plus 0.
Although I'm now starting to think I don't really rate his all out for his for 8 turns.
No, sorry, Card Mike. Yeah, we're already in overtime. If it goes to kicks, that is, yeah. But those mummies are quite outnumbered in the midfield there. He can knock a mummy down. This is where the lack of mobility for the rest of the undead team, like all of the undead team, are crappy movement 3, movement 4, no agility players. He's lost his white, which is one of his only agility players. So it's really just, can he get the ball up the field with 3 ghouls? That's all he's got, really. And Mankiz is going to jam in those ghouls, make it difficult for them to dodge. Another zombie removed there. It's starting to look really tough for Zaz, I think.
Mankiz has to not make the mistake of moving that tackle down the flank. So he's brought it back into the center, which is smart, because there is a very, very unlikely but possible way that he does some sort of potato maneuver. So good on Mankiz there for not going all in with that tackle blitzer.
Yeah, but I wonder whether Zaz will just try and keep it back.
True, but the problem is that if he keeps it back for too long, then the Mighty Blow tackle blitzer can feel emboldened to come up, start blitzing those ghouls to free up more blitzers. If those ghouls go out, then he has no protection whatsoever. So I think what Mankiz is going to do is just wait and to see if any of those ghouls 1 in 9 or can't get free or gaps open up and so on and so forth.
He can't go forward here. He's got to go back. Just blitz the Claw Mighty with your Wrestle Ghoul. Keep the ball well back in the backfield.
Has to move the ball first, of course.
Move the ball over to the right-hand side, yeah.
He is giving himself at least a bit of an advanced position, and he's going to create a screen here, in fact, which is very good. Stuns one of the blitzers. That could be huge.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, when he stretches it like this, he's got rerolls to burn to do GFIs, and his ghouls are movement 7, whereas Mankiz's got no rerolls to burn, and his blitzers are movement 6. So assuming that there's like a massive scrum in midfield, and not many of those players like free each other up, then the Mankiz is slower to move around the place by quite a lot. Because if you factor in the ability to do 1 or 2 GFIs, then the ghouls can move up to 9 if they really have to. So Mankiz has to be really, really careful here.
Yes, it's going to be an intensely positional game. One step up could mean that
the Orcs are up numbers, though. So what are they up to at the moment?
Presently, yes.
They've removed the zombie and a white, haven't they?
Zombie and white, yes.
Yeah. So undead on 7. Orcs on 9. It's really tight.
Yes. But the ball is based.
What? So that means game over, does it?
Yeah. See, you get the memes. You know what the score is. Both down on the troll.
Troll's stunned as well.
I see some bad things happening here for poor old Mankiz.
He could have blitzed with the mummy there. Sorry, we're a bit behind there. Like the stream is a little bit there. So he could have blitzed with the mummy, opened up a little bit of space in the center, freed up a zombie.
Oh, well, are we behind? What turn is it?
The stream seems a bit behind.
Oh, the stream is behind. Okay.
I've got the stream on the second screen, so I don't want to be announcing things before.
Of course.
Blitzes with his claw mighty mummy, which isn't as good positionally as blitzing with the other mummy, but it. Oh wait, where's the stream at?
The stream is.
Okay, cool. We're just sorting out the stream. I had a bit of an error with the stream here.
Yes, we are currently on turn 20. It is the undead's turn right now on turn 20.
Okay, so the troll's just stunned himself with a 1 dice block on that. I'm not sure I would have taken a 1 dice block with a troll on the mummy with a. If I was Mankiz, I think I would have just. Hello, Ali Ryder. The oppressed chug. Zaz doesn't have any sure hands, so we're not gonna.
Yes,
we're not gonna start bagging on about the match against Kislev just yet, guys. But good afternoon, guys. It's pretty exciting. Welcome to Hancock viewers as well. I'm assuming you've just been watching that match.
We are deep into overtime, of course. Still 0-0. Both teams failing to score on their own offenses. But it looks like a bad situation for Mankiz, especially after that troll got stunned on the 1 die. He gave Zaz so much space to work with.
I wouldn't say Mankiz nearly won this. If Mankiz did snake a GFI into the end zone, which would have put him 1-0 up, but that would have had Zaz with 3 turns and 3 turns to score back again. So it wasn't necessarily a guaranteed win, but Mankiz has snaked a. Oh
my god, the 1 die into the 2 die sack. Very well played there by Zaz. Into removal. You said Mankiz almost won this. Because maybe he actually did win this.
That's the short hands. This is great.
This is great. Well played by Mankiz to see that. Zaz did leave that on. Not sure if Zaz did that in the way that I would have. I don't think it was necessarily the most effective screen in the world.
What's he doing here then?
But what can you do, Fatin? You've got the reroll, so you could do, a couple of things, but you have no scoring threat. He's opting to use that money to tie up 2 blitzers, which of course is a very good trade in terms of resources for Zaz. It's looking more and more like kicks.
No, Mankiz is wants to win this.
No, Mankiz wants to win this, but will the game let him win this?
I think both players have got a chance of winning this still before we go to kicks.
Mankiz's ideal turn would be an uphill on the mummy into the 25% knockdown.
Yeah.
Blitz off the ghoul with the.
Doesn't even need a knockdown.
Oh my word! Oh, double pals on the uphill. My God.
Uphill on the claw, mummy with no reroll.
Didn't need the knockdown. You were right. And now he has powed the Rog Ghoul.
Mankiz showing some dominance here.
Stun. My God, screen can be established. This is looking like a Mankiz win. After the failed Mankiz meat throwal of the second half, he's managed to recover it.
He just wanted that to pick up in the last turn, so exit.
Oh my word!
Yeah, that's not exactly a screen, Chug. It's
Yeah,
like
no, it isn't.
like one of those screens with a big hole in it, right?
Yeah, I have no idea why he did that. Did he just forget that, like, if they're 3 squares apart, it's not a screen? I've done that. I've done that before, but now he has to rely on a GFI to at least tag the ghoul. You can trap the ghoul into doing a 4+ out and a 3+ if he makes that GFI. But instead, it's just giving him like a straight up 1 die. So don't like that. I think he could have shaved off 2 squares of movement, just done the GFI and trapped the ghoul. Still doesn't do enough.
Time runs out. He just ran out of time to use the. I guess the Black Orc standing there is fine. Oh!
And that's a dead ghoul. And that is now a victory. A victory confirmed for Mankiz. Will we get to see a successful Mankiz meat thrall at the end of this game? I blooming well hope so.
So that was where did it all go wrong? There goes the zigzag.
There you go, the zigzag, the DM. Well played by Mankiz. Zaz, of course, not out of it yet. He goes into the losers bracket. Very well done to have gotten this far already, though. So let's hope that he makes it all the way through to the final by smashing that losers bracket. But Mankiz kept at it despite a lot of bad things happening to himself.
Yeah. Mankiz, hello, he's in chat. Well done, Mankiz. What a
Well
great
played.
Game. Great game to watch. All right. That was fantastic. Okay, thanks, guys. That was good work, Mankiz. We'll have to. People are giving Mankiz a lot of congratulations in chat. That was excellent. Great game to watch. Also, great game to Zaz if he's a black belt there. Never in doubt. Never in doubt when you snake the run over the line there. If there's a losers bracket and you can potentially face each other again, there is no damage occurred on Mike because it's all a res tournament. So any injuries are straight back up again for the next match. So this entire tournament is a res tournament. So you won't find any crippled teams coming into any matches or anything like that. They'll just be the same as they are usually. So yeah, if anybody had some favorite clips from that match, guys, then post it into the competition. Join the Discord. And I think we are heading over to Elyod and Dimmy, who are here in the. Are we handing back? So I guess Chug, you go off to do your clan game, and we'll hand back off to the back to the studio with Elyod and Dimmy.
Cheers! Thanks very much, Fatin. Big up the nation, and thanks to everyone for tuning in. What a great match!
What? I can't hear you.
Okay, thank you very much, Fatin and Chugs. Sorry about that. Great cast. What a bunch of games, Dimmy. I don't know. I know you were watching the game with Purple Chest. I tried to look at 3. Absolutely incredible stuff.
I watched bits of the Mankiz game. I did sort of step in with PC last minute. That was a pretty mad game as well. There's some pretty crazy stuff with that. It was a fun one. It was a fun one. What were the 3 games that you caught up on?
So let's see. So Shawnee scores in 8 against Dio, and then Dio does a successful Daka to make it 1-1 after a cheeky snake by Shawnee ruining his defense. And then Shawnee wins the toss in overtime. Dio overturns him and gets the counter score to win. So that's the Shawnee Dio one. Yeah, Cornite turns over try to win 2-1 in the end. Pretty straightforward for Cornite, not gonna
Hang on,
lie.
hang on.
Uh-huh.
Does this mean that all of my predictions are correct? I think. Maybe. I think
say it ain't
Dimmy,
so.
Mystic Dim, boys and girls. I'm not just a pretty face. I'm here. So yeah, mate. If anyone hasn't PC, I joined PC. He's got a VOD on his channel of the Unseen Walker versus Regor game, and I definitely recommend you check it out. It was a fun game to cast, and there was some craziness that happened in that one as well. So
There
it
was
was
some
pretty good.
dice involved.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, like especially with that game that we just saw on the channel, like with Mankiz and stuff. I mean, like do you think he was diced? Like I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it's funny you should ask. Actually, it's funny you should say that. Recently, I saw this really interesting website on Dio's channel. Actually, surprisingly, given his no dice reputation, I think Shawnee was it was all Shawnee's doing. But yeah, there's this really cool website you can go and check out, and you can ask it about your Blood Bowl game and say, was I diced in this game? I mean, maybe we can go and have a look at that now.
This I think
To be
we need
honest,
to have a look at this.
yeah, find out whether we've seen some dicings or not.
Like I just
Ah,
don't know how you tell.
well, here we go. This is how we tell. Here's the wheel, the dicing wheel. Let's give it a spin. See what the result is. No, I'm pretty excited.
So was Mankiz diced in his victory, or did he
Was
do the
Mankiz
dicing?
diced?
Oh, it's
Here's the wheel.
exciting.
It's
It seems
very
incredibly
exciting.
accurate. It seems
Yeah, I
incredibly
think it is.
accurate.
Yeah.
Like
Much more accurate than other dice websites we've seen. I have to say.
so. Oh,
By a
it's a comedy mega, comedy mega.
comedy mega Dyson by a hair. Oh wow, incredible stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was close. I thought it was close, but I mean, thank you for
Yeah.
bringing that beautiful
Yeah,
bit
no,
of technology to my attention. I didn't
it's
realize it was a comedy Mega Dyson until that moment. I mean,
right. So
like,
useful. Should see more use in Blood Bowl. I think.
I think you
Very
need to
good
send that to
website.
me, mate. I think you need to send that because there's often times in games, and I'm like I'm playing well. I'm sure I'm playing well, but I'm just not sure whether it's I've made mistakes or it's a Dyson. So I think I could definitely use that.
Right.
Yeah, feel free to send it to me.
Yeah, we'll do absolutely. So that's those 4 incredible games over. We do sadly say goodbye to Unseen Walker, who lost against Regor, and Try, who lost against Kornite's Kislev. So commiserations to those 2 coaches. And I should say, I didn't say earlier, a bit remiss of me, Purple Chest, Andy, Davo, Bazakstein, and Wolfbark,
Yeah,
who've already gone out. Thank you very much, guys, for taking part. It was
thanks,
great to see your
guys.
games. And now joined by Unseen Walker and Trivikic. And we move on to Shawnee Regor in the losers bracket, Zaz Cornite in the losers bracket, and Dio Mankiz in the semi-finals in the winners bracket. So a couple of fantastic games there. Do we know which one will be happening on this channel?
It's it.
Okay, so
Yeah,
on.
it's the Shawnee game. So
Okay.
I believe it's Hancock and is it who's is Hancock and Purple Chest? There we go. It's Hancock and Purple Chest joining on the channel. Just a quick shout out to my predictions. All 4 coming correct. The champ is the champ is always right. But yeah, you boys, you're in for a treat. Have a good time. The games are starting. They're up and going. So we're going to hand off to Mr. PC, a good friend of mine, and Mr. Hancock, a very long-term friend of mine as well. So enjoy, boys. Enjoy.
Have a good time, everyone.
Good afternoon, people. We are here for one hell of a match. We've got Regor on his Khemri, and we got Shawnee on the Undead in the losers bracket. So whoever loses here is out. Whoever wins goes on to try again. So we're just loading into the match here. We can see it's raining, and Regor's on the defense. Shawnee's managed to get the ball. Joining me eventually in the commentator's booth will be PC, so a much superior commentary team this time, just for the fact that Chugs isn't here. So hopefully you'll soon be enjoying the dulcet tones of PC, who we all know and love, a legend of the community. Hope everyone's been enjoying the games today. There've been some fantastic quality on display. As always, massive thank you to the organisers, the sponsors, the admin, the commentary team, and the watchers, because without you lot, there's no point in doing this. So 1-9 for Regor there, causing the turnover. Shawnee's a little bit squeezed on the side, but I don't think he's going to be too bothered about his position. Two of the sexiest players in the tournament here. Some might say the sexiest, facing off in losers bracket. So, it's to the best hunk wins here. So Shawnee moving up is taking the trap space. Probably going to find himself a little squeeze next turn, but I don't think he's going to be too bothered by it. We might be able to get a predictions competition up for you in a moment. If you just give the admin team a little bit of time, they'll be able to put it up for you. So the prediction is up, guys. Place your predictions and bets now. Remember, first person to 7.5k channel points, and you're getting that 5,000. Sorry, correction. The first person to get 5,000 channel points manages to net themselves a nice T-shirt, courtesy of Rat Boy and his website. So Claw Mighty on the guard piece, not finding a power though. Sean will be happy about that. Great trade for Shawnee there. That Tomb Guardian versus the skillless zombie. Quite often happens with Khemri. You get a stranded Tomb Guardian. It's quite frustrating. But he has got enough of his team over to put the squeeze on. I have to make some decisions here in order to progress up the pitch, or we come back. So he's going to make himself go up the pitch. Oh, that would have been a rather hefty 1 in 36 there. Does pop dodge, but he's fine. Finds the POW on the extra arms piece, which is, if you can get rid of that extra arms in the rain, that'd be quite handy for the undead. But obviously, 2 heads, 2 in the business for Shawnee there, all thanks to Mutation Pit. You would have 1 in 9'd it if it weren't for the unique set of rules that Blitz Pit allows us to enjoy. Oh, it even makes the cheeky 3+ with the guard piece. So, can Regor do enough to make Shawnee score next turn? I think that's the question at the moment. I don't think he can, if I'm honest with you. But we'll see. Shawnee might just be happy to put himself on defense. Mighty blow hit on the 2 heads goal here. And he survives just a stun. But it is going to put a little bit more pressure on Sean to do something with his next turn in terms of scoring or not.
I'm just loading up into the clients at the moment. I'm on the Twitch stream.
Welcome, PC. Good to have you here with me. Understandable. It's an important day for a lot of people, so it's just good to have you back in the commentary box.
Apparently, I still have duties that are expected of me.
Well, it is Mothering Sunday.
Okay, so the undead have pushed on nice and early, haven't they? Got that score absolutely sorted out.
Yeah, it's less a question of if and more a question of when at this stage.
Yeah.
Cheeky 1D, and he's re-rolled it into a both down, but nothing doing either side. And I would probably lean towards saying...
at all yet.
No, not yet. Not as of yet. I'd probably lean towards saying that you're looking at a score this turn, aren't you, I think?
I mean, it's very possible to stall up, but you're starting to be under some pressure up there.
Yeah.
There's no chance the Mummy's coming up and joining.
Does find the power on that floor mighty piece.
Yeah, I mean, the horns really helps because it means you don't have to put an assist in. You can get an unassisted block there, and then I think you can just stall up and dodge the white. It's
Burns
a
the
tiny bit
reroll.
risky.
So I think we're going to have to score now. Or are we? No. You could risk it, but again, it is a risk. Yeah,
the problem here is that the problem here is that any fail on the dodge, or if you stand your ground and get pound, that it's only a single go for it for attack or hit.
Exactly.
With 1 die, and that doesn't seem worth it. You've got the speed, you've got the mobility here. And it's versus Khemri in the rain. Even picking it up is going to be a little challenging.
He has got that trusty extra arms throw raw. We did see Mighty Blow on that piece a couple of turns ago, which could have been quite big, like you say, considering the rain. So he is just on a 3+ with an inbuilt reroll. So it's not the worst for the Khemri, all thanks to those Blitz Pit mutations.
Yeah, it's the Khemri I was looking at was exactly this, except I didn't have block on my second throw rod, just the leader caddy.
Right.
Allowing me to squeeze a couple of stand firm in and 1 less guard. But it's a nice idea to get slightly more reliable ball handling. But of course, the
'cause
rain
that's one
cancels
of the
out
biggest downfalls,
the
isn't it?
extra arms, doesn't it? It's not big hand; it's
Yes,
only
yeah,
extra arms,
still
so
a
it's a
4+.
+1. Still a 4+. Still, Khemri will do that all day long. Of course, with the sure hands, that is a 1 in 4 fail, and yeah, I mean the undead are able to take advantage of a misfield, aren't they, with their ghouls? But
Yes, very much so. Just a quick reminder as well that this is actually a rematch from round 1. So can Shawnee do the business again against Regor? We'll have to see.
this is
Shawnee
very
very
much
comfortable
piss or
on
get off the
defense as
pot.
well, isn't he?
This is the second loss for whichever goes out. Yeah, and no reason not to be. I mean, the undead, they build. It's one of the reasons they got so hit so hard in the tiering. They build very nicely with a couple of mutations.
Yeah. And I really like the way Shawnee's gone with him as well. I wasn't particularly a large fan of Claw on the mummy, if I'm honest with you, but I
No,
love the.
I think the mummies are very. I mean, guard is great to have on them, but they're so easy to get marginalised that.
Ooh, and a touchback.
I was looking at a horns and a 2 heads undead build. Or if you did take Claw, putting it on the white to try and keep it a bit more mobile. But I mean, I think this
Yeah.
is pretty much the ideal build for undead.
Yeah, I'm
Which
with
is
you on
not
that one.
surprising that Shawnee's, Shawnee has honed this to a very fine build. With the Blodge sure hands doing your ball handling, and then, Rackle horns and Rackle 2 heads, one that can get anywhere, one that can hit anything. It's a lovely sacking pair. It only leaves you a tiny bit short of blitz power, but you have got the mighty blow tackle to deal with the elves you would expect to face.
Yes. So I definitely think it you can make some really nice elf teams with this rules package.
Yeah, the fourth one I was throwing around was a dark elf build, but I just found it a little boring.
Yeah, it's the
Or
only
you
issue
had
with
to go
dark
with the
elf.
double witch build and then get super rowdy with them, but it just seemed a little underpowered still. And traditionally never do well in the Blitz Pit dark elves. It's got to change sometime. It's such a powerful roster, but
Ooh, finding a permanent removal on one of the ghouls there. The sure hands ghoul's gone.
that's the sure hands. That's the ball handler gone, and that's the problem with any exposure for the ghouls. But it does sort of counterintuitively expose the hitty piece. However,
So
the white
unavoidable
is
due to the kickoff event
2,
there.
3, 4, 5, 6. The white is 2 go for it's away from hitting, so I'm not sure that Sean will take that bait. And of course, the 2 heads ghoul is a suitable secondary option to pick up with. Of course, this game can be won simply by not conceding any more touchdowns. You don't need to handle a ball again as the undead.
So a slight series of unfortunate events for Shawnee there. The pitch invasion allowing to hit on the ghoul, and then the touchback in the rain as well.
Yeah.
A little disappointing. He's not going to be too happy with that, but I'm sure he's sort of got the willpower to ignore it.
This right flank of the Khemri's, left flank of the undead, slightly falling apart. I mean, 2 of the stuns will come back, but you can't imagine they're going to come back into joyful positions.
No, not at all. And the issue with, you're having to make GFIs even if you did want to 4+ dodge for the ball sack by Shawnee is popping the reroll into it, but 1 in 9's.
Well, it's a first
dodge.
half, so I mean, it was even a 5+ once you got there, so a 4+ to dodge off, 2 go for it for a 5+ hit. It's a little bit of a long shot, isn't it? I mean, it's the sort of shot that can win a game, but it's a long shot. And without the ghouls moving, it does allow a lot of this field to be now taken up by the Khemri.
So
yeah, they
both
do. I hadn't
teams
seen
still
that.
having bribes as well. Khemri with the dirty player, so bribe still in play for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I've only just clicked on those, and of course I'm not responsible for this, so you're not getting the click at the same time. But the one that I thought was a pregnant whale, of course, signifying the necromancer. But yes, there is a bribe on each side. Should it come into play, the fame is on Regor's side. He has a +1. What a wonderful old-fashioned cage. Now, these two downed guard pieces are actually standing up, bothering that cage, aren't they? You do need to
Yes,
get some more
definitely.
pieces moving up there, or else suddenly the stunned pieces come back into play and the cage looks very wobbly. With
Opting
both the
for
mummies on it.
a mummy blitz on the horns piece.
Yeah, I'd have been blitzing the other mummy off, to be honest, and getting it up
Yeah,
into the area where the ball is.
I think I'm
But I suppose
with
they
you in
can
this
come
one.
next turn. I just don't think you're very likely to keep those ghouls not tied
No,
down.
the ghouls are getting away from you, and both your tomb guardians are going to be taken up by zombies next turn.
Well, again, we're in a position where 3 of the Tomb Guardians are in the wrong place. They're not near the ball. Now, that's solvable next turn, but it will be the problem of next turn because...
There goes Regor's bribe. Nothing doing
Yep.
with the 1 assist foul, and doesn't use the bribe, I don't think, which is smart.
Wow. Oof.
Bribe was actually used. I thought he'd opted
Bribe
not to use
failed.
the
No,
bribe,
bribe
and it's
failed.
failed. Wow.
I didn't hate the foul. I mean, it was 2 assists, wasn't it? And, you know, if you do chip a mummy, that's huge, but the bribe fail is a big momentum swing there. And as we said, this cage now under quite some pressure. Every corner looking to get marked here, and one of the ghouls will come in and provide an assist for a mummy blitz to base the
Yeah, I was
ball, I'd
going to
have thought.
say.
Yep.
I like
So
the
we've got
mummy
to go
blitz
for it
here.
there.
Does find the power as well.
Yep, and everything else is already tagged. So this ball, I mean, the Tomb Guardian can hit back for a 1 die, but then where does the ball go? Undead, of course, a lot more agile in moving around, particularly with a 2 heads wrestle piece and a horns dodge piece. And
Definitely
that's
have that
overlooking
mobile
the
responsiveness.
3+ dodge with the white. I mean, it's, yeah.
And again, those mummies on the line taken up by just zombies. It's not a great place. You can
No,
free one of them up.
yeah, these Tomb Guardians just not punching their weight in this team right now. And that's why I'd have blitzed one off last turn.
Yeah, agreed on that.
You
I
know,
think.
ideally you want those zombies held by a single Tomb Guardian. Again, just hitting with particularly
The
the
block
block
piece.
guard piece.
I would have liked to see that freed up if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, that's so much value put on a zombie right now. Really hard to see how this goes right this turn. I mean, red dice on the mummy for at least an escape route there, but
Other than just 2, it's 3 mummies taken up this turn. Sorry,
yeah,
Tomb
and now
Guardians.
we've moved more assists to help
To the
Tomb
wrong
Guardians just
side.
knock
Yeah.
things around. This is
Does
all
find the power
madness.
on the 1D blitz though.
Needed to, but now where the hell does he go? I mean, he can step 1 forward and get 2 die on the white, but that doesn't look safe. No,
Skulls on
goes
the
to the 1
white.
die
There's the
again.
reroll. Finds the power. And the removal.
Even then, there's a wrestle,
2 heads there.
2 heads ghoul knocking around.
And the horns
There's
one just in the middle marked.
The other white is still available to, you know, get freed by a zombie.
Just goes for the
He's going for the score
double
and
GFI.
makes it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a turn early, but that's fine. It's 1-1 at the half.
Little bit of a scary double GFI there with no reroll available, but it does make it.
Yes, had to be done. It's screw your courage to the sticking post time, and it shall not fail.
Yeah.
Now the white comes back. That's quite big. So the only thing Sean's down is the ball handling ghoul, but he's also looking at 1-1 with the ball. I say in the Khemri's hands, with the ball on the ground in the pouring rain. Gets another turn of hitting though. Khemri-wise, we've had the 1 send-off for the bribe that failed, and had still got a bench of 2. Now, is he going to remember to bring his? I mean, he's not going to field the throw ra this drive, is he? Why is he
Shouldn't
fielding the
think
leader
so.
throw ra? Why is
I
that
would
even being risked? That
both
surely should
both
also be
take both
kept
of
safe.
those off.
Both just keep both safe for the second half. So at least it's back behind a wall, but it just shouldn't be there in case of a rock
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
or another pitch invasion or something. I'm not sure I'm going to be tempted into putting my mummies at risk just to get a hit on this mighty blow Blitzra in the centre. I think we just hit one of the Tomb Guardians and just hope. It's a long shot, but it's probably still worth taking.
High kick and court, but can't see the one turn.
There's not really. I can't see a one turn here. Can you?
No, possible, but unlikely to the extreme.
I mean, he has set for it, but it's just so difficult. No, gets the power on the first action anyway. And I think at move 7, I think that ruins it.
Yeah, he's just opting for maximising blocks now, which is fair enough.
So now he's max blocking. Probably means no hit on the Tomb Guardian. So now he's just defending his line. Retreating the ghoul, doesn't need that hit, obviously. And he'll put the zombies up and retreat the white as well, I'd have thought. Yep. So really it's the guard white that's at risk here. And I don't really see a way of keeping that any safer. Yep, sure enough, that's the target. Puts the assist in, puts the cancel in, and here comes the hit.
Block Tomb Guardian do anything?
Yeah, I might have gone with the mighty blow there. But with the blocker push, still gave you the mighty blow hit afterwards.
Injury, but regen from the look of things.
Regens, yeah. That's the when there isn't a symbol, it regens, isn't it? Usually, although my client, of course, and the client you're all watching may be different. So it is 1-1 at the half. No massive injuries to tell of. The undead's KO zombie does not come back, leaving them without a bench, but still at 11. And the Khemri still have that one sending off, leaving their bench at 2. So all the Khemri have to do is drive this home, whereas the undead do now have to turn them over.
Khemri,
what would you be doing, my clock? Would you be looking to turn over, or would you be just looking to take it to overtime and hope to have the ball put into your hands?
If I'm Shawnee with the responsiveness they have, and also a little bit telling from the short drive by the Khemri, I'd be looking for the turnover here, I think. He's more than capable. But Khemri's so good at just making that slow, incremental march up the pitch, all that strength and guard.
Yeah, absolutely. They certainly don't need to be in a hurry this time.
So maybe no touchback this time for the Khemri. See if that makes any sort of influence on their ability to get the ball in hand and safe.
I mean, the worry about that, I suppose, is that we're down to 2 ghouls, aren't we? It was only a 3 ghoul build in the first place, so even if they both come, that's just a bit more worrying. I mean, you still probably would. It's no touchback, but it is, of course, a high kick. No catch though, but it's deep. So if this got
Removal on the
misfielded,
line.
it might be worth coming because it's separatable from the line of scrimmage area. Instant cows on the line, and that one does stick.
So Shawnee
And
down
that-
to 10 for this drive.
That the reliable hit. That's the single block Tomb Guardian.
Oh, and another one, Gal.
Almighty Blow fires as well and takes out another one. I'd say Shawnee is looking up against it if the Khemri managed to field this ball.
Undead, of course, loving having zombies on the pitch because you can make such great value trades. The lack of zombies here is going to be a little bit sore for a long-term defense.
Yes. There's still a couple he can try and drop on Tomb Guardians, but you do need your meat shields.
Certainly do.
Just to keep things out of the way while the good players do the business.
So
Gets
no
the
issue with
pickup.
the ball recovery, yeah.
No. Straight fires on a 5. Which would have worked even without the extra arms. Not the most thrilling use of a mutation, but you can understand why a Khemri coach would want that backup. It is such a key area to go wrong. Now, this is interesting. If this fails, the ball's exposed, isn't it?
Yeah, it would have been.
I mean, it's a very unlikely fail, and you'd pump a reroll in.
He might still be looking at going for the ball. I mean, it's not the worst odds.
It's a 4+, 3+, 2 2+s for 1 die. It's not fabulous.
Isn't it a 3-2?
If you go with the if you go with the ghoul, it's a 3+, 2+, and then a rackle once you get there. But your recovery options aren't fantastic.
Rubbish and
The other one's
pointless.
coming around the other side. I mean, you can get probably a tackle zone on it with the other ghoul, but your odds of fielding it in the rain seem bleak. But I don't know. I didn't hate it. I think Shawnee,
Yeah.
as we said before, just get the ball on the ground with Khemri
Yes,
in rain
exactly.
is
Yeah.
a good thing. They're
If
so
you can
limited
sow
with
some
pieces to
discord
pick
among the
up.
Khemri with that ball on the ground, it does become a bit of a nightmare for him, even with players around it.
I mean, even the other thrower only picks up on a 5.
Yep.
So in rain, it
He is going for it.
He is going for it. Makes the dodges.
And he puts a reroll into it.
Makes
Does get
the
the
go
ball on the
for it.
ground.
Gets the ball down.
Wow.
Oh, now does the other ghoul? The other ghoul now probably doesn't come too rowdy, but it does get around the
It's got to
back of
come
the
up and
line.
support, surely. Yeah, it's got to come up and support.
Yeah, it doesn't need to do any go for it because if the ball was the other side, you'd be looking to base the ball at least. But just in the area is enough danger now, and I wouldn't be surprised if the white comes. No, okay. Keeping the whites back more defensive. I see that.
So that, no choice. But if we do see is he going to get removed? He's okay. No break. That's quite big.
It was always putting both ghouls under the gun of this tackle mighty blow, but it can't hit both of them. That's the key advantage. And we have, the AV7 has toughed that one out.
If he fails to pick up the ball here, it's scary for him. A lot of his big lads
chooses to base the other with tackle. I get it, but it's still a 3+ to dodge.
So frees up his more mobile Blitzer to come back, try and get some defense going in his own half.
I mean, he still needs somewhere to go with that ball once he picks it up. That's the issue here.
Yeah, it's nowhere safe.
So double screening the 2 heads. I'm not sure. Again, there's a lot of value in that. I would have preferred him to be. I don't see how he closes this cage. Okay, there is still another piece that on a 1 die can get back, and
that's why we saw the.
I see fouls coming in. Right, it all makes sense in retrospect. Gets the KO. That's could be very, very big then. And the ref does not care because, of course, Regor has already used his bribe. Okay, so this ball is now super exposed, but there's a big pack around, and because there's only one ghoul, the ball will probably go to the ground again, but there's nothing to pick it up, is there? Unless we leave a white away through, which it doesn't look like we're doing.
Oh, makes the 4+.
Okay. Well, we saw a 4+ in the last game, which won him the match, I think, closing down a possible dwarf side swap. And I think that one may have done a similar job there. It's closed down a very easy 2-die.
What do you think? Do we see a blitz on the Mighty Blow tackle piece and then sort of come back with the ghoul, or what? Do you think he's going to still hunt for that ball?
I think if there was any chance of hunting for the ball, he would. I just don't see it. I think, yeah, blitzing that piece, at least taking it out of relevance for a few turns of the drive, and trying to get back in front of the Khemri with our remaining ghoul is probably the best option here. I mean, he did manage to create a route through for the white, but because everything was done into that last minute, just imagine if that 4+ hadn't worked on these.
Oh, he'd be in a lot of trouble.
You know, the ghoul comes on a 3+, the white can get there without anything now. But none of that's come true.
Going to take this 1D on it.
He is. I think that's
Fine,
chasing.
pal.
It's chasing a gone cause, but I may be proved wrong. The POW needed to come with a stun. It does come with a stun. That could be big. So now there is no one that can pick up except on a 5. We dodge on, don't we? We try and get
Surely we dodge on, I think.
We try and get a tackle zone on this ball. No, we leave the ghoul there. That seems weird. We try and come with the white. I mean, it had a point of move before go for it, so I certainly would have got out
Finds
of there.
the POW on his last ghoul.
Yeah.
And he's Kaz.
That
That's
POW
it.
and that ghoul removed, I think that was not needed to be at risk. At least make him use his blitz.
That's
because now the Mighty Blow tackle piece can blitz the white off. And suddenly we've got a lot of pieces.
And he's off the pitch.
Covering up this ball. He's gone too. Huge swing of turns.
Does regen, but he's off for a very important drive.
The ghouls don't. We've got no ability to handle the ball now. We've got one
Apart
ghoul
from
KO.
that one white in the back.
Yeah. We got, yes, the AG3 white. I shouldn't overlook him. Oh dear, oh dear.
And that's a very large swing in Regor's favour.
It's huge. The only resources we've got left is the undead are 2 mummies, which can be easily tied up, zombies, which can be ignored, and a lone white. Now, as we predicted, picking the ball up's not easy for the Khemri. That could be enough to stop this drive. But remember, it's a 4+ for the extra arms fella who is back next turn. Despite getting up from the ground, I have a feeling he'll go for the pickup.
Makes the uphill on the Tomb Guardian. Frees up this money, maybe to make some magic happen.
Well, needs must. I like that. And it's got 2 Tomb Guardians locked up on zombies now. Still leaves 1 free. Oh.
So it makes the second one, though, after the reroll. So I'm not sure. What do you think about
GFI with the push? Yeah, I think where it was bad for you. So changing that is probably a good idea. Unfortunately, it falls even worse for him to some degree.
Oh, dear. He does make the dodge, fails the GFI.
Fails the GFI. The second one would have been needed.
Surely recognizing that, his true hope in this game is making this ball pick up difficult as can be.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, there is the white still. If the ball reaches the other end of the pitch, the white can try and get involved. But I don't mind leaving him sort of on the back burner for now, hoping everyone just forgets about him.
You can see Claw Mighty on this this mummy here. Does find the POW.
Yeah.
Mummy's okay, though.
Didn't even die. So that's the
Didn't he?
pickup. Now, does he go with the piece that can move 5 afterwards, but it's a 5+ with reroll? No,
No.
although oddly he moves that up the pitch, I guess, as a receiving option.
Manages to roll a 5 regardless.
Yeah, so he would have picked it up. That's irksome. But still safer this way. The mummies aren't a threat. They'll just be left on the ground, ignored or fouled.
Just a stun, but it's enough to take it out of the game. Nyon
Yeah,
into
it removes
irrelevancy
it of all relevance. So now we are down to 1 white and 2 zombies to stop this Khemri drive. And this would be Shawnee's second loss. And in some ways, the most painful place to go out, because these 2 ongoing games decide the coaches that come 5th and 6th in the Blitz Pit. The 2 places just outside the money. Whoever wins this game knows they're taking home cash.
Cold hard credits.
Direct as a gift to your PayPal account. Actual cash does not apply.
Oh dear.
Oh, I get some absolutely mad, reckless dodging here. But it was the only way to try and get relevant, and instead removes himself completely. And with the white stunned, it's going to be a while before that's at all part of the picture.
Can even
I
be
think we can
fouled.
start playing the trumpets. This is a procession to the 2-1. Yes, there's the Queen in her carriage, waving at the peons as she passes. Lord Mistress of the Throw-Ra there. Looking fine in his regalia.
Another
and
removal.
Some children have thrown a dog turd. That's nice to see.
Always nice to see the audience get involved in these things.
Now the frenetic pace of Blitz Pit will alleviate slightly as we all slowly watch the inexcusably slow Khemri animations waddle through the rain towards the inevitable win as we await the heat death of the universe.
I certainly didn't hate the risks that Shawnee took. He was punished on the hard side.
No, I mean he did too well too early. He burnt out, as the young so often do. He shot his wad with an early touchdown, which he couldn't defend the breakaway, as just the strength the Tomb Guardians was brought to bear. And that allowed the Tomb Guardians their chance to push back, and the pitch invasion really ruined his chance at defending half the pitch. They were able to rush up there. He monstered that cage, and just when it all looked to fall apart, Regor found the 2-1 dies that freed up a 2 go for it without any reroll cover to score for the 1-1. And the second half has just been a sorry tale of removals, hasn't it, Hancock?
Yeah, unfortunately, just constant chips happening to the undead and on critical pieces as well. You know, he's left with mummies out of position and a handful of zombies. It's just not good enough to make anything happen, unfortunately.
Well, I thought you called it very sagely right at the kickoff when we lost 2 zombies from the line of scrimmage, and you said the problem is the meat shield's gone. I'm paraphrasing you, but that's what you meant.
Pretty much what I meant, yeah. Obviously, myself not as articulate as you, but I do try.
Oh, well, words convey meaning. They don't have to be pretty ones as long as the meaning is clear. And as you called it, it did allow the better undead pieces to not be as defended. Shawnee saw that was happening. I really respected his attack on the ball. There was a good chance that all worked, bringing in the 2 ghouls he had left. But unfortunately, it did put them under the gun of this tackle mighty blow, which removed 1. And then it's been a procession ever since.
That one mistake maybe we agree on, I think, on Shawnee's behalf was leaving the Horns wrestle piece based when he hadn't used his dodge. You know, he could have got away.
Yeah.
And then Regor finding the 30% power into removal. That was massive. I think that was the nail in the coffin, really.
I mean, things were bleak before that, but that I think was the death knell. So Undead have done very, very well this tournament, but this Khemri build, I mean, Khemri have been feisty in the last couple of years worth of tiering. They got dropped down to a point where they really started to get some nice bonuses. And this Khemri team's showing it again.
Yeah, fantastic amount of strength and guard available.
Yeah,
And
when
there
you
we
think
go.
that the extra arms isn't really a huge use of a mutation, it
Not
just
at
makes
all,
those
no.
pickups slightly safer. Really, all they're benefiting from here is a claw.
And even then, that generally that's only relevant in a bash on bash matchup. It's not helping you with the elves overly.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, they're the pickup on one slightly better dice is even more use. But it just shows what a huge limiter on the Khemri that is, and why if they had any ball handling at all, they could be a really dominant force. Of course, they don't in long-lived leagues. The problem is decay on the Tomb Guardians just limits their ability to get up to a
Wish it
big
didn't
size and
exist.
stay there.
I find it pointless.
Well, at least in the next rules, it still exists, but it's been changed slightly to make it a bit
Slightly,
less impactful. Do you know why
So
it
look-
exists?
Was it to do with an
It would
in-house
upset
league?
you
that
even
came
more.
through?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Back during
goodness
a
me.
stage called the Vault testing. The last sort of player-led rules before it was taken back in-house by Games Workshop. And Games Workshop was
Well,
sort of supervising.
that is all she
yeah.
wrote for that game. Congratulations, Regor. Well done.
It's
Unlucky,
done. Well,
Sean.
yeah, I mean, on balance, I would agree. I do think Regor had the better dice, but I also think he used it fantastically. I thought there was some really, really solid coaching throughout that.
Yeah, solid play.
I don't think anything Shawnee did was wrong. I just think he was relying on some high variance moves that just didn't pay off.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
occasionally putting himself under a gun that always looked worrying, but I didn't see a better option.
Yeah,
except
agreed.
that one ghoul dodge off.
Yeah, I think I think he probably saw the somewhat inevitability of the 8-turn drive by the Khemri, because it's so hard to stop them Tomb Guardians marching down the pitch, especially with them all having.
It really is.
So he thought he needed to get that ball on the floor, and I agree that it was the right play, but he was just punished quite harshly for doing so.
Absolutely. So Shorty goes home, and Regor goes into the evening's matches.
Yeah, good. Well, fair play to Regor. That's it's going to be the end of Blitz Pit for this afternoon. Remember, guys, it's on at 6 o'clock tonight. We'll have some fantastic.
Are we handing back to the studio to the Saint and Greavesy of Blitz Pit, the Elyod Dimmy pair, or are we waiting?
We're going back to.
We're going back to them. Let's see if either is still sober as they
Yeah.
round up these pulsating lunchtime action. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us, and thank you, PC, for commentating with this with me. I really enjoyed that.
Our pleasure, Hancock. You're welcome anytime.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Hancock and Purple Chest. Very nice cast. What a game there. Shawnee going out. Close loss to Dio, and next minute we know he's out of the tournament. Regor moves on. What do you think of that, Dimmy?
It was a pretty crazy game, wasn't it? It was rowdy push forward on the undead team, getting the score early. Like, you don't fear the Khemri, you don't fear the Khemri short drive, do you? And then you get the touchback and the pitch invasion, and it's Blood Bowl, isn't it? It's Blood Bowl. Didn't these guys play round one as well? I'm pretty sure these guys played round one, and they got the rematch and we got the reverse result. So it's always a mad one to see.
Good point. They did play round one, so yeah, rematch, and Regor gets the comeback. And speaking of that's Blood Bowl, there is some more Blood Bowl going on. So I think right, we're going to go and hand over, I believe, straight away to Jimmy Fantastic.
There is a game on.
Yeah, who is currently casting the other game taking place right now. Zaz versus Core Knight. It's 1-0 Zaz, but it's Core Knight's drive, and the Undead team are looking a little bit beaten up. So
a little bit, not as badly as Shawnee, but a little bit beaten up.
Yeah, true. not as badly as the pitch cleared by Shawnee, of Shawnee even, not by Shawnee. So yeah, sad times for Shawnee. Commiserations. there. But let's go and find out, I guess, how the core night game is going on.
Yeah, good
So,
luck, boys. So everyone, cheer your boys on, have fun, and enjoy the rest of the game. It's going to be a wild one.
And see you back tonight. I think 5:30 UTC will probably be starting up, or 6ish, something out there, for the final set of games this evening. Grand Finale. See you later, guys.